So by Yod on the base, we're starting Chazar from Rabbi Yonason. Yod on the base. Rabbi Yonason, Pasach la Pischa, l'hai Parshas Mehocha. So we're going through the 17 different Tanoim and Roim that would start darshaning about Megillah, and they would start with they would each start with a different pasuk, and we're listing now each one of them which pasuk they would start with and how it works. Rabbi Yonason Pasach la Pischa, l'hai Parshas Mehocha. V'kamti alehem, v'chrati de Bavel, Shem, u'she'er v'nim v'nechad. Nom Hashem. Shem Zaksav. That's the letters that are written. She'er Zeloshen. They're relatives, that refers to Loshen. Nin Zamalchus. V'nechad Zuvashti. Rabbi Shmuel Bar Nachmani. Right, so Loshen is, right, and Hashem will cut off their Loshen, their name, their Ksav, their Nin, and their Nechad. So Nin is Malchus, Nechad is Vashti. Rabbi Shmuel Bar Nachmani, Pasach la Pischa, l'hai Parshas Mehocha. Pachas hanatzot, instead of the thorn, Yalav Rosh, will grow a cypress tree. V'sachas hasirpad, and instead of the nettle bush, Yala Hadas, will grow a Hadas tree, myrtle. Tachas hanatzos, instead of the thorn, what are we talking about? Tachas Haman Rasha. That refers to Haman Rasha. She'asa Atzmai Avodah Zarah. He made himself into Avodah Zarah, the Ksiv. Now, why is thorn compared to Avodah Zarah? Because the pasuk talks about Chol Hanatzutzim Chol Hanahulim, Yalav Rosh, and all the thorns, and that's referring to Avodah Zarah. All the thorns will become a cypress. Instead of the thorns, will rise cypress. Is that Mordechai? Shenikra Roish L'Chol Psalm. Because Mordechai is referred to as the best of all the Psalmim. Shenemar. The pasuk says in Keteris, "V'ata kach l'chol b'samim roish," and you should take for yourself b'samim roish mar drar, the purest mar. Geminon, and the targum is marei doche, like Mordechai, the purest of mar. Tachas asirpad, instead of the nettle, tachas Vashti harsha, instead of Vashti, the wicked one, bas benoi shel Nebuchadnezzar Rasha, the granddaughter of Nebuchadnezzar Rasha, shesaraf refidas beis Hashem. He burned the resting place of Hashem. The Ksiv refidas isov. His resting place is gold. That's referring to Beis Mikdash. Yala Hadas. Zu Esther Hatzadekis. Will grow up a Hadas. This is referring to Esther Hatzadekis. Shenikra Hadas. Shenema v'yoymin is Hadas. In the Megillah, Esther is referred to as Hadassah also. So Yala Hadas will grow up a Hadas, referring to Hadas, to Esther. V'hoyel Hashem l'shem, and it will be for Hashem for a name. It's a Mikra Megillah that we read about the nest that Hashem did for us. Lo'is oilam lo'yikares, and it should be for a sign forever. Eli Mei Purim. This is the days of Purim. That's always going to be here and never going to go away even after times of Mashiach. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Pasach la Pischa l'hai Parshas Mehocha. V'hoyo kasher sos Hashem aleichem l'heitiv eschem, and just like Hashem will make you happy, will be happy to do good to you, Ken Yosis, so too He will be happy l'hara eschem, which is we discussed a mistake in the Gemara. It's a mistake in the Lashon. The pasuk actually says Ken Yosis Hashem lahaved ulahashmed eschem. And for Gemara, is it true that Hashem is happy when Rishonim are on the way down? It says when you go out in the army, give praise to Hashem. This is part of the tefillah they say when the soldiers are going out. Give praise to Hashem, for forever is His chesed. Why doesn't it say the word kitayv? Usually we say Hashem kitayv. Here we just say Hashem kitayv. So why doesn't it say kitayv b'hoidazu in this hoidah? Because Rebbeinu Shalom is not happy when Rishonim are being destroyed even. He's furthering this point of Yochanan. What is it that it says the Malachim came and they said, let's say Shira now. While the Mitzrayim were drowning. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, while my creations are drowning in the Yom, you can't say Shira. Am Rabbi Lozer. Who ain't sus? Hashem is not happy. Others He makes happy. The pasuk also says Ken Yosis that He will make happy. It doesn't say that Hashem Himself is going to be happy. So Shema Mino, we learn from this that Hashem is not happy when His creations, however wicked they are being destroyed. Rabbi Abba Bakahana pasuk lo Pischa l'hai Parshas Mehocha. La'adam shetoiv lefonav. The person that is good before him, Nosan Hashem, Nosan Chachma v'das v'sechma. Hashem gives Chachma, wisdom, and knowledge and happiness. Zeh Mordechai Tzadik. So this is referring to Mordechai Tzadik. And to the chayta, to the sinner that Hashem gives the inyan, Hashem puts in his mind that the concept that he should go and gather together and invest and make money, that's Haman. Laseis toiv, to do good l'fnei halakim, zeh Mordechai be'Esther. The chsiv, atosm Esther, as Mordechai al-beis Haman. Right? Because it says that Esther Esther put Mordechai, gave over the whole estate of Haman. Whatever Haman collected and all the money that he had together, that went to Mordechai, just like the pasuk says. I think that's where we got up to, right? I just want to make sure everybody has the place. So Yudam Beis, all the way in the bottom, the last two lines. Lil Nishmas, Chanay Chanach, Ben Sholom Baruch, and Schus for the Refuah Shleima of all the Chaylim that need Refuah. Rabba bar Oifron. So we're going on with the Tanoim, and I think some of them are Amoraim actually. I didn't look up. The Rav probably knows, but if some of these were Tanoim, but possibly some of them were Amoraim also. I'm not sure. But I think there's 17 of them that different psukim that they would start darshaning in Megillah. So the next one that we're up to is Rabba bar Oifron. Posach lo pischa lahai parshas mehocha. Besamti chisi be'elam. And I will place my chair in Elam. V'havati misham melech v'sarim. And I will remove from there a king and ministers. Melech v'sarim. Melech zu Vashti. Right? We're saying that Melech, when we're talking about Melech, it's Vashti, who was actually a Malka. It's the, just a Lashon Zachar, how it was written. The Sarim ze Haman v'aseres Banov. That's Haman and his 10 sons. Avdimi bar Yitzchok, Pasach lo Pischa lai Parshas Mehacha. Ki avodim anachnu, from this pasuk, Ki avodim anachnu, because we are slaves. Uva'avdu seinu lo yozavnu elikeinu. And in our avdos, our servitude, we did not forsake Hashem. Falost?
Yeah, falost.
Falost. We didn't falost. Vayet aleinu chesed lefnei malchei foras. And dragged along chesed before the kings of Foras, which is Iran, Persia.
Yeah.
A Masai. So when was this Shrek the Gemara? Bisman Haman, in the time of Haman. Right, that Hashem that we didn't leave Hashem because a lot of people were very held to their Yiddishkeit very strongly in times of Haman. It was tremendous Mesiras Nefesh for a lot of Yidden, and they didn't forsake Hashem. Rabbi Chanina bar Papa Posach lo Pischol lahai Parshas Mehacha Hekavta Enish lo Yeshenu Bonu va'eshu v'mayim. Right, so we went through Eish, fire, Uvamayim, water. But Eish, we made Nebuchadnezzar Rasha. In the time of Nebuchadnezzar Rasha, he put Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah into the Kivshon Eish, into the fiery furnace. Uvamayim bimei Pari. And water in times of Pari, it says that Kolabein hayiloid hayoret tashlichuhum. That Pari threw the children, the Yiddish kinder, in the water. But Totzienu Levaya, and he brought us out when Bimei Haman, in the times of Haman. Hashem saved us from all being, done. Rabbi Yochanan Pasach lo Pischa lai Parshas Mehacha. Zocha Chazdoi ve'emunos leveis Yisrael. Ro Chol Afsei Aretz es Shuas Elokeinu. A Mosai when Ro Chol Afsei Aretz es Shuas Elokeinu. When was the time that everybody saw from all over the world the Yeshua, salvation of Hashem? This was in the time of Mordechai Esther. Right? How did everybody see? Everybody saw because there was letters that were sent out across the world, so everybody saw. This was a world event that was going on then. Reish Lakish Pasach lo Pischol lahai Parshas Mehacha. So this Reish Lakish's pasuk. Ari Noiheim, the roaring lion, V'doiv Shoykek, and the bear. I don't think the bear roars, growls. I guess the growling bear. Right? What article says growl?
I have to find it.
Okay, so this is the way that we know if Chaim is following or not. If he has the taich.
Yeah, there's two sides.
Roaring lion, growling bear.
Growling bear. Moishel Rasha al Amdal. Right? So a poor nation. Ari Noiheim, the roaring lion, Zen Nebuchadnezzar Rasha. So why is Nebuchadnezzar Rasha a lion? I'm not sure. The Gemara is going to tell us. That's what we have to read further. Allah Aryeh Mesubchai. A lion goes out of his thicket.
Thicket, yes.
Doiv Shoykek. Zeh Achashverosh. So the growling bear is achashorish. The chsiv bei. Baru chayu chayave achrei tenine. Dom yuladoif. Compared to a beetle, a bear. Betani Rav Yosef, and Rav Yosef says, Elu Parsiim. So these are the ancient Persians. She'oichlin v'shoisen kedoiv. Because they eat and they drink like a beer. U'mesurbalin basar kedoiv. And they're big and grub like a beer. U'megadlin seyar kedoiv. And they're very hairy. They grow a lot of hair like a beer. Ve'ein lehem menucha kedoiv. And they have no menucha. A lot of this stuff might be true for like the modern Persians, you know. Moshel Rasha Zeh Haman. A wicked ruler, that's Haman. Al Amdal El Yisrael. A poor nation, and we say poor nation, who are we talking? We're talking about Yidden. Why? Shehem Dalim Min HaMitzvahs. Because the Yidden at that time were poor in mitzvahs. Rabbi Elazar, Pasach la Pischa la Parso mehacha. Batzal Tayim Yimach HaMekara. With laziness, Yimach HaMekara. Chaim, what do they say? Yimach HaMekara will wipe out.
With laziness, the ceiling collapses.
The ceiling collapses. Shivlus Yadayim Yidla Fabayas. B'shvil Atzlas Shahay Lahem Yisrael Shala Osku B'Tayra. Because of the atzlas, the laziness that the Yidden had, that they weren't being Isaac and Torah, Nasa Soine Shal Kodesh Baruch Hu Mach. So the Gemara takes over here, instead of saying the Chas V'Shalom that we make Hashem weak, we say that the Soine of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we make the hater of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because we don't want to say even Kiviyachol that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu could be poor. So Nasa Soine Shal Kodesh Baruch Hu Mach. There's no poor besides being, but mach really means low. It doesn't mean, it's usually used to mean poor, but mach means low. Ve'ein mach el ani. The lowest of the low is somebody who's an ani. Shnema. Ve'machu me'akecha. Ve'in mikar el kodesh baruch shnema ha'makar v'mayim al Yosef.